Hello, Mrs. Harrison, with another great book that you might want to read. This is definitely a high school book, so we're looking at 8th and up, 9th and up. It is called Dream Country by Shannon Gibney. And this is a challenging read for a lot of reasons. Some of it, the reasons it's a challenging read is because it takes place over several generations, so you have to get your head kind of wrapped around the characters and the generation that they're in and the time period. It's also a challenging read because we're talking about a lot of hard topics, racism, slavery, things like that. But it's a really good book. It follows one family through 5 generations. We start off with a character in 2008 whose family has come from Liberia to America to find a better life, and he struggles because he feels like he's not African American, he's actually African, and he doesn't quite fit in with other kids, and struggle for his parents, and he wants to do great things, but he's having trouble finding his footing. We also meet a character in 1926 who is trying to escape. These are African American slaves who have colonized Liberia at some point, and now they are getting slaves of their own, of the people who are actually living there, and he's trying to escape and save his family. So we have his story. We also have the story of a woman whose family, she was a slave, she was freed. Well, she was freed, and then she chooses to move back to Liberia to have her own life and have a better life, and finds out that they're kind of sort of enslaving people there as well, and so the struggle for that. And then we have a couple in 1980 who's trying to make a better way for their family by moving to America. And finally, in 2018, we have a character who is trying to sort of put it all together and sort of research the history of her family. So there is a lot going on in this book, but it's really very fascinating, a lot of history that I was not aware of. And the characters are all really compelling, they're all strong, they all want better things for their family, they're all hard workers, and they go about things in different ways. So ultimately, even though there's a lot of hardship for all of the people that you have here, it's a story about hope and about how we are always tangled up with our ancestry, and that our family really is who we are, but then how we can go forward and maybe do things differently, maybe even do things better. It's really a good story. I enjoyed it quite a lot. As I said, it's a bit of a challenge because you're trying to sort of negotiate all of these different generations, but I found every character's story very compelling, and it's a real thinker. By the end of it, you're really sort of thinking about their history and this idea of resilience and ultimately hope. So that's it, Dream Country. Go check it out and give it a try.